It was an ordinary November morning. Chilly but not freezing, damp but not sodden. Norman was walking to the train station as usual, along the usual street, on his way to the usual job, one hand in the pocket of his usual gabardine, the other holding his usual bit of toast. If he was honest, his mind was a bit blank, but that was reasonable given the circumstances. Unbeknownst to Norman, the rain last night had washed away a bit of the sand under the cobblestones at the bottom of the hill. As he munched and marched, he stepped upon one of the loose ones and lost his footing. He fell down with all of the grace of a bag of flour tipping off the kitchen counter, hitting the ground with an oof. After a moment to mentally inspect the damage, he started to stand up, a bit scratched and bruised but fine. He was pleased to note that the toast was clean and unharmed, and made to take a well-earned bite. He glanced around, hoping no one noticed that. A deep memory of being laughed at after tripping over his shoelaces on the playground threatened to emerge. "Sir? Sir. Don't rush to stand up, are you okay? Do you need me to call for a doctor?" A beautiful young woman was suddenly crouched in front of him, her perfectly shadowed eyes looking worried and a bit sad. "I'm a little bruised, I think, but okay." Norman glanced at his graying, unfashionable self, splayed out like a dead moth, and silently willed the ground to open and swallow him up. "I've always had a tricky ankle, since I hurt it as a teenager. It seeks revenge sometimes. Don't worry. I'm all right. Do you want me to help you up?" the lady asked, already bracing herself in her fashionable shoes. "Oh no, that's okay. I'll just get you muddy." Norman made an effort to stand up in a way that showed that he had a strong back and legs. He brushed his knees off and smiled. "Oof. Thank you for stopping. I appreciate it. Have a good morning." The woman smiled in a way that clearly said she was still worried about him, but he held himself straight and proud until he'd rounded the next corner. Only once he was sure the pretty girl was out of sight did he allow himself to hobble a bit. It would have been less embarrassing if she'd pointed and laughed. He muttered to himself, before putting in his headphones and zoning out.